Marchetti kicks off the Miramonte Matadors, and the ball goes out of bounds on the 4-yard line. And that happened to me the first couple of times of the season. I didn't know what the penalty was and what it is. The ball will be brought back to the 40-yard line of Miramonte. Good field position. The Matadors will take over their first down. We've just started this ball game.
A reminder, you're listening to the Thanksgiving Day Turkey Bowl 1973 over KWUN in Concord. Art DeLugas and Mike Petta here for all the play-by-play and color action. Take it away again, Art.
If my voice doesn't hold up, Mike Petta is by my side, and he'll take over right from the start. He'll be doing the play-by-play in the second half if I make it that far. Gary Groman is the quarterback. Lucius is split to the right side. 2 setbacks for the Matadors. Back to pass is Groman. He's looking for Lucius to the near side. It is intercepted by Antioch. Tom Anello at the 33-yard line of the Panthers. And we've seen Tom Anello do that before as he picks one off from the arm of Gary Groman, and the Panthers have the first break. It will be Antioch, 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. The pass was intended to Paul Lucius, but it got in the hands of Tom Anello first, and Antioch has the first turnover of the early ball game. 11:50 to play, so we've only had 10 seconds to go off that clock in the first quarter. Already Antioch has a break. They're in the wishbone with 3 setbacks, a full house backfield. The give is to Panel. He crosses the 35 to the 40 to the 44-yard line. Carl Panel breaks into the secondary for a good gain. He's now limping, and he will limp off the field with what looks like a sprained left ankle. Already Antioch is lining up. They're ready to go with no huddle. Steve McMullen in the game now for the Panthers. Mickey Lowry calls the signal from the 44. Gives the ball to McMullen, and he gets nowhere. He is stacked up by the left side of the Matador front line. Bruce Sorensen and John McKee in on the stop for Miramonte, and McMullen lost 1 yard. Again, no huddle for Antioch. Marchetti comes into the game for McMullen. 2nd down and 11 for the Panthers from the 43. The give is to Marchetti. Straight up the middle, he gets maybe 2 yards and not much more. This time it was Louis Mamani, also John Williams, in on the tackle for the Matadors. 3rd down and 9. Mike Petta, any reason you can see for the no huddle by Antioch on the first 2 plays?
Well, Marv Comstock wants to wear down Miramonte as best he can. As you know, Miramonte only suiting up 23 players, and if Comstock can keep up this action quick, he could tire out Miramonte very early, which he'd like to do.
All right, 3rd down and 8 from the 45. Back to pass is Mickey Lowry. Now he's running out of the backfield. He gets tackled in his own backfield at the 38-yard line. Mickey Lowry's attempt at a pass does not work. He's brought down by Rob Glick at the 38-yard line, a loss of 7. It will be 4th down and 16 yards to go for the Panthers, and their first drive of the afternoon is halted, or I should say the morning. We'll have afternoon football for you later in about an hour. Anyway, 4th down for the Panthers, and they'll be punting. Lowry will stand at his own 25. He's a 37-yard averaging punter. Here's his boot, and it's a good one. It's away from Paul Lucius. Now Lucius grabs it on the 19, and he's brought down at the 17. D. Comstock in on the stop for the Antioch Panthers. The ref will spot that ball on the 17-yard line of Miramonte. Great pursuit by D. Comstock.
Miramonte's defense, Art, was quite up to the task after that first down run by Panel. They got tough there and held on 2 running plays short yardage and then dumped Lowry back to pass. But these same kids that play defense usually play offense for Miramonte, and it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up that pace.
In the backfield, Bill Lowry is the tailback, and Kevin Dacus is the fullback. The give us Lowry straight up the middle to the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, the 45, the 40. Goodbye, Bill. Right when you get a chance. The 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown, Miramonte.
83 yards. 83 yards, Art, off right tackle. Then he got into the secondary and outraced Rich Jones. Bill Lowry, an 83-yard run.
Lowry was stopped at about the 24-yard line, and I think that Antioch thought he was stopped too, but he kept on going. He kept on driving. He kept on dancing those legs, as it would be, and 83 yards for the first score of the day. 6-0 in favor of the Matadors. Bill Lowry all the way. I was just going to tell you some of the statistics behind that boy. I don't think I need to tell you now. 1,100 yards for the year, 83 more already here. 6-0. Antioch has been stunned. Here's the extra point try. It is good.
The extra point by Rick DeRoke is good.
Rick DeRoke puts up the 7th point of the early ball game. It is 7-0 in favor of Miramonte. We'll be back with the kickoff by the Matadors after this message.
There's a brand new 24-hour restaurant in Concord, the Golden West Pancake House at Monument and Oak Grove at the Four Corners. And lest you get confused about their name, let me point out that the Golden West Pancake House is a whole lot more than just a pancake house. Although their biggest item is their pancakes, the newest Golden West offers a complete menu, served anytime, day or night. To go along with their outstanding menus, the new Golden West Pancake House is proud of their fast, friendly service. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you can't miss when you head for the Golden West. The Golden West Pancake House at the Four Corners, Monument at Oak Grove in Concord. The Golden West is also handy if all you're looking for is a relaxing few minutes with a cup of really good coffee. Hungry? Then head for the Golden West, the new Golden West Pancake House in Concord. 24 hours a day, they're there to serve you. Remember, the Golden West Pancake House at Monument and Oak Grove at the Four Corners.
Craig Logan brings back the kickoff from Miramonte for Antioch to the Antioch 37-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. 2 setbacks now for Antioch. The give is to Logan. He gets to the 39-yard line. A pickup of maybe 2. Moving across the right side, that was Craig Logan. That boy gained 117 yards last week for Pittsburgh. He was a newcomer to the lineup as he hadn't played very much all year long.
One thing, Art, about this quick touchdown by Miramonte, Antioch will not lose their cool. They were down 12-0 in last year's Turkey Bowl and came back to win.
The give this time again is to Logan. Crosses the 40 to the 45. He's to the 49-yard line. A first down for the Panthers. Craig Logan stumbling his way, I might say, to the 49-yard line of Antioch, but he did quite well with that ball. And the Panthers have their second first down of the day. The ball is spotted at midfield. 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. Miramonte leads Antioch 7-0. An 83-yard touchdown run by Bill Lowry, no relation to Mickey Lowry, who takes the snap for Antioch, gives to Marchetti. He gets across the 50 into Matador territory to about the 49. A gain of maybe 1. Dave McDonald in on the tackle for the Matadors. Also Louis Mimani. Mike Petter, why don't you set the defensive front for the Matadors?
All right, John Williams and Louis Mimoni are the ends. Sorensen McKee the tackle. So linebackers in the middle, Rick DeRoke. Left linebacker, Rob Glick. Right linebacker, Dave McDonald. The 2 cornerbacks, Miles Kirk and Paul Luchas. Free safety, Greg Cummins. Strong safety, Kevin Dacus.
Logan and Marchetti are the setbacks. I formation for the Panthers. Back to pass, Mickey Lowry. Not much time. Throws over the middle. It is complete. Dan Fresh has it at the 40-yard line of Miramonte. Then he backtracked a couple of steps, and I don't believe he got the first down. The ball's going to be spotted at the Matador 42-yard line. Cummins in on a stop for the Mats. It will be 3rd down and a very important 2 for Antioch. 7 minutes to play in quarter number 1 on this Thanksgiving morning. Just under a capacity crowd at Diablo Valley College. Full house backfield this time. Power I. The give is to Logan. He gets across the 40, very close to the first down.
Logan. McKee made the tackle.
John McKee and Rick DeRoke in on a stop for the green and white Miramonte Matadors. And the referees want to measure to see if Craig Logan got the first down for Antioch. The first crucial measurement of the ball game. The chains are brought in from the far side. They are put down, and
It is a first down for the Panthers. Antioch with the first down from the Miramonte 40-yard line. Under 7 to play in the first quarter. Tominello comes into the ball game for 6'6" Rich Jones. Jones wearing red tennis shoes. Anello also wearing red tennis shoes. We've seen him before playing black tennis shoes. Enough of the trivia. Back to live action from the 40 for Antioch. The pitch out is to Logan. He crosses the 40 to the 45-yard line. That was not Craig Logan. That was Derek Helms. Helms gaining 5 yards on his first running attempt of the morning. And it will be second and about 5.5 for Antioch. It is a relatively dry football field, but the refs sometimes have to stop the game to dry the football, and they're doing that now. They're calling an official timeout. They're calling a Miramonte timeout, and we'll be back with more football action from Diablo Valley College right after this message.
Come on, I have so much to do today. Please.
Craig Logan picks up 1 yard while we were away, and it will be third down and 4 from the 34-yard line of Miramonte. The Panthers have the ball. Their first scoring threat of the ball game. 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. 7-0 in favor of Miramonte. Marchetti and Logan in the backfield as Mickey Lowry goes back to pass. Throws over the middle. It is complete to Craig Logan at the 26-yard line. First down for Antioch. Rick DeRoke and Miles Kirk make the stop for the Matadors, but not before the Panthers get a very important first down at the 26-yard line of the green and white. So the Panther drive stays alive as Mickey Lowry, under great pressure from the Miramonte front four, got rid of that ball, and it was a completed forward pass to Craig Logan. First down from the 26. The Panthers with so many different offensive formations. That's Derek Helms is a slot back now. The give is to Marchetti. He crosses the 25 to about the 24. A gain of maybe 2 on the play.
Marchetti, the ball carrier.
The middle of the Miramonte line making the stop there. John McKee and Bruce Sorensen. Sorensen is 6'3", 190. McKee 6'4", 205. Looking at those weights, Art, as you recall last year, Miramonte had nobody on their team over 195 pounds. McKee is at 205, John Williams at 204, and Sorensen 190 and only a sophomore.
I formation. The pitch out is to Logan. Tries to get some room across the 25 to the 20-yard line. Not enough for a first down. He's brought down by John Williams. The ball is being spotted right at the 20. It will be third down and 3 yards to go for Antioch. D. Comstock comes into the game with the play from his uncle, Coach Mars Comstock. 3rd and 3 from the 20. 3:55 to play in the first quarter. The Matadors lead 7-0. Here's the pitch out to Logan. He crosses the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Not enough for a first down. When I said the 18, I was being generous. Kevin Dacus in on the stop for the Mats. And it will be 4th down and 2. I could say a short 2, but that would not be the truth. It's a full 2 yards to go for the Panthers. The ball is at the Miramonte 18-yard line. Tominello comes into the ball game with the play from the coach. And this is the biggest play of the game thus far for the Panthers. They are 4th and 2 from the Miramonte 18. Lowry gives to Derek Helms. He crosses the 16 to 15. First down, Panthers. Derek Helms all the way down to the 13-yard line of Miramonte. He gains 5 yards on the play, and it's a big first down for Antioch. Sorensen and DeRoke in on the stop for the Matadors, but not before Derek Helms, the boy who gained 180 yards against the same team 1 year ago in this same game, got the first down for the black and gold. 1st and 10 from the Miramonte 13-yard line for the Panthers. Back to pass is Mickey Lowry, looking to the left side, throws into the end zone, no good. It was intended for Rich Jones. He's 6'6", but that ball was too tall for him. I don't believe Wilt Chamberlain could have caught that pass way out of the end zone. A good call, I would say, by Mickey Lowry.
That was a good call. Jones is probably one of the best ball players on the team at going over the middle and picking up that high pass. He's very tall, and he just couldn't get to that one. It was way overthrown over his head, and maybe even Lowry might have been dumping that off since there was pretty good coverage.
Second down and 10 from the 13. Lowry again straight back to pass. A swing pass to Logan. Oh, he can't get it at the 10-yard line. I say oh because he had clear sailing. Kevin Dacus was nearby, but one sidestep of Dacus, if Logan had caught that ball, and he would have gone into the end zone. So two straight incomplete forward passes by Lowry, and it's third down and 10 for Antioch from the Miramonte 13-yard line. 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Matadors have a 7-0 lead. I would imagine it will be pass again for the Panthers. Two wide receivers to the left side. Lowry again back to pass. He is swarmed under and tackled at the 22-yard line. Dave McDonald makes the stop, and a big one for Miramonte as Lowry is taken down at the 22, a loss of 9.
Ball is spotted at the 22-yard line.
Fourth down and 19 to go now for Antioch. They're at the Miramonte 22, and they have to get to the Matador 3 for a first down. They don't have the best field goal kicking core in the DVAL, so I doubt they'll go for 3. It would be about a 39-yard kick if they did. Anyway, that's not on the mind of Coach Marv Comstock, and it will be pass. Mickey Lowry brings his team to the line. He's now back to pass, looking for Anello. He's now running. He's now throws to the left side. It is no good. Lowry was open at the 1-yard line, but the ball was overthrown. Paul Lucius was covering, Mike Pettit tells me, but that did not matter, Mike. Anello was open.
If Anello had even got his hands on that ball, though, there was good pursuit by Lucius. He really hit Anello way after the ball was overthrown, but it was perfectly legal, and Antioch fails to get into that end zone. Another great defensive play by that Miramonte ball club.
All right, the Matadors take over first and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Gary Grauman is the quarterback. Eric Siebert is the fullback. Bill Lowry, no relation to Mickey, is the tailback. He's already scored one touchdown, the only one of the game. Grauman, long count. Pitch out is to Bill Lowry around the left side, the 20, the 25, to the 26-yard line, and he's pushed out of bounds. And they're going to say that he got all the way to the 29-yard line.
Delmonte made the tackle.
Charles Delmonte in on a stop for Antioch, along with Pat Zeck. Zeck at 6'2", 230. A gain of 7 yards on the play by Bill Lowry. And it will be second down and 3 for the Matadors from their own 29-yard line. Kevin Rayleigh and Dan Tresh are the two ends on that defensive line for Antioch. Cunningham, Delmonte, and Zeck are in the middle. Two setbacks now for Miramonte with Lucius split to the right side. Now it's an I formation for the Mats. Grauman pitches out to Lowry around the left side, across the 30, the 35, the 39-yard line. They are not stopping Bill Lowry. That is all there is to it. Bill Lowry gained 10 more yards. It will be first down for the Matadors, and he is proving to be quite elusive for the Antioch defenders.
He's got 100 yards and only 3 carries, and that averages out to 33 yards, a little more than that a shot, and that helped by that 83-yard score. But Antioch's having all sorts of problems. When they get them around the legs, they seem to be bouncing off of them, and these are big Antioch linemen.
First down from the 39 with 1:12 to go in the first quarter. The pitch out again to Lowry. He crosses the 40-yard line, the 45, the 50. He's in Antioch territory at the 49-yard line. And across the way, the Mat fans whoop it up as Bill Lowry gains another 13 yards or so. First down for the Mats at the Antioch 49-yard line. Antioch is used to playing against tough runners. Scott Ferguson for Ignacio Valley, Joe Fejerang for Mount Diablo, Horace Westbrook for Concord. But they are not stopping Lowry. Well, they know that better than I. First down from the 49 for Miramonte. The give this time is to Kevin Dacus. He fumbles the ball at the 45. There's a scramble for it. It is picked up by Antioch. The Antioch Panthers have recovered a Kevin Dacus fumble.
at the 44-yard line in their own territory, and I imagine they don't care where it is. They have that ball back. And a drive that was going very well for Miramonte is stopped as the ball squirted out of the hands of Dacus, and it was picked up by one of the linemen for Antioch, and I'm afraid to say I cannot tell you who it was. First down, the ball is at the 43.5 for Antioch. They trail 7-0 with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. Greg Logan takes the pitch out. He gains maybe a yard and a half to the 45. So Antioch has something to cheer about. They're operating from their own 45-yard line as the clock ticks away the final seconds of the first quarter. As Tom Anello comes into the ball game in place of D. Comstock, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 and 0-0. That's the end of the first quarter. The score, Miramonte 7, Antioch nothing. Back with more in just a moment. Pass to Craig Logan. He takes it at the 45, gets to about the 49-yard line before he is brought down on the play for Miramonte by Rick DeRoque. A gain of maybe 4. It will be 3rd down and 5 for Antioch. The ball is at the Panther 49-yard line. 11:35 to play in the first half. Miramonte 7, Antioch nothing. An 83-yard touchdown run by tailback Bill Lowry. Mickey Marchetti was the boy who recovered that fumble a couple of moments ago for the Panthers. Nearly a capacity crowd here on an overcast day. Lowry takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's being pursued. He throws the ball to the far side, and it's incomplete. Actually, the ball was knocked from his hand. It was one of those plays where the referee had to decide whether it was a fumble or whether it was an incompleted pass, and the ref says it was an incompletion.
That was a good call, Art. Lowry was back to pass. A good linebacker blitz by Dave McDonald from the right side, and he got in there as soon as Lowry's hand was going forward, and he just knocked the ball away.
All right, Mickey Lowry will have to punt for Antioch for the second time today. He'll stand at his own 35-yard line. Dacus is deep for Miramonte. Here's the boot away, and it's a beautiful boot. It is taken not by Dacus, but by Paul Lucius at the 10-yard line, and he gets to the 11 and no more. Lucius is swarmed under by Charles Del Monte. Also in on the stop for Antioch was Kevin Rayleigh. A beautiful kick by Mickey Lowry, who averages some 37 yards a kick, but that was a boot of some 40 yards. First down for Miramonte. The ball is at the 11-yard line of the Matadors. 10:50 to go in the second quarter. Eric Diebert and Bill Lowry in the backfield with one man split to the left side. Grauman gives the ball to Lowry straight up the middle, crosses the 12. He fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Antioch. What a break there. Bill Lowry went 2 yards more than he did with the ball, and Pat Zeck recovers for the Panthers. They are 1st and 10 now from the Matador 11-yard line. Woo, I'd be understating things to call that one a break. The biggest of the ball game, obviously. The ball is spotted right at the 11. First down for the Panthers. The second fumble of the game from a Miramonte backfield man. And that was certainly an important one. Here's the give to Logan. Crosses the 10, gets to maybe the 9-yard line. Kevin Dacus makes the stop for Miramonte. Logan picked up 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And with 10 minutes to go in the first half, I don't believe we've had a penalty. Rich Jones at 6'6" comes into the game for Antioch. He is split to the right side. The give this time again to Logan. Crosses the 10 to the 9. That's the line of scrimmage. He got no more. Brought down on the play that time for Miramonte. John McKee. Miles Kirk also lent a hand. And it will be 3rd down. He might have even lost a half yard.
You know, Logan's getting a lot of work here, Art. Already in about a quarter and a half, he's got 9 carries. This is more than any he carried outside of the Pittsburgh game all year, and that may take its toll on him as the ball game progresses.
3rd down and 8 from the 9. The pass. Throws it into the end zone. No good. Rich Jones was the intended receiver.
9.5 yards deep in the end zone, but the pass was overthrown. Again, it was too tall as Lowry was under a heavy rush. So with 9:19 to go in the first half, it is 7-6 in favor of Miramonte. Back with more in just a moment. A turnover, a break for Antioch, and they got on the scoreboard with their first 6 of the ball game. They trail by 1. Gary Grauman, the quarterback now for Miramonte. The give is to Lowry, crosses the 35 to the 38-yard line, to the 39-yard line maybe. A gain of some 3 yards for the Matadors. Zach Andanello, along with Steve Jones, the boy who scored that touchdown, in on a stop for Antioch.
39-yard line.
Second down and 7 yards to go for Miramonte. The ball at the 39. An overcast day, some rain falling as I see the umbrellas are being used on the far side and right below me. 2nd and 7 for Miramonte. They're not worried about the rain. The field is relatively dry. Grauman gives to Dacus. He gets nowhere. Stacked up right in the middle of the line just after he got to the line of scrimmage. And it's no gain on the play for the Matadors. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
A little gain on the play.
So the Antioch front line reacting much better to the Miramonte rush than it was earlier in the contest when Bill Lowry was making his way through gaping holes, including an 83-yard touchdown run. 7-6, Miramonte leads. 7:45 to play in the first half. Lowry takes the pitch out, skirts the right side, gets about 1 yard and not much more. Lowry is brought down this time
Met by Marchetti.
for Antioch by Kevin Whaley at the 40-yard line, and it will be 4th down and 6 and a punting situation for the Matadors.
This will be Miramonte's first punting situation, Art, as they've turned the ball over twice on fumbles and scored 1 touchdown, and Craig Cummins to do the punting.
Cummins standing at his own 25-yard line. 3 men are deep for the Panthers. Cummins gets the boot away. It's a beauty. A high kick, and a fair catch is called. Now they're letting the ball bounce at the 5 into the end zone.
Goes into the end zone.
A 60-yard kick by Greg Cummins.
The ball is at the
He averages some 39 yards a boot. This one went 60, a great kick.
station wagon. License number
D. Comstock called for a fair catch at about his own 10 and very wisely let that ball bounce and go into the end zone. It will be 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 20-yard
Turn
line.
your lights off. Thank you.
So Antioch, after getting the 6 points, now has the ball back and a chance to add to that, a chance to go ahead. They are 1st and 10 from their own 20 following the touchback.
The ball at their own 20.
A full house backfield from the wishbone. The give is to Marchetti, crosses the 20 to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5. As you can tell, this Antioch team can run with about 6 different backfield men, and that's something considering they've had a couple of key boys injured, including Derek Helms, although he's playing today, and Dan Sweeney, he is not playing.
You're listening to the Turkey Bowl 73 over KWUN in Concord. Mike Petta and Art DeLugich at DVC.
2nd down and 5. The give this time is to Logan. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down there by the right side of the Miramonte line. John McKee and Bruce Sorensen in on the stop. It will be 3rd down and 5 for Antioch from the 25-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Antioch trails by a point, 7-6. Again, the wishbone backfield as Lowry rolls to the right side, gets across the 30 for a 1st down. Mickey Lowry on the keeper play on the wishbone option, and he gains 6 yards to the 31-yard line before Kevin Dacus and John Williams bring him down, but that's a 1st down for the Panthers.
Ball just across the 30-yard line.
The ball is spotted at about the 30.5. And the Panthers have a 1st down. They will keep the football with less than 6 to go in the second quarter. Dan Tresh split to the right side, Jones to the left. To give this time to Marchetti, crosses the 30 to about the 33-yard line. John McKee makes the tackle for the Matadors. A pickup of maybe 2.5. We'll be kind and say it's 2nd down and 7.
Well, we haven't seen Logan carry the ball since Antioch had the ball themselves the last 2 times. He may be out of there. If he's still in, he's not getting the call. He's in the backfield now with Helm.
Many different switches, many different varied formations for the Panthers. Lowry fakes the handoff to the first man through, gives to Logan. He gets to the 35, to the 39-yard line. Almost a first down as Craig Logan, the boy about whom Mike Pettit was just speaking, seemed to be trapped at about the 32. Got away from one tackler, got all the way to the 39-yard line.
3rd down and 1.
3rd down and a yard to go for the Panthers. 4.5 minutes now left in the second quarter. Miramonte looking for revenge from last year's Turkey Bowl loss to the same team. Lowry straight up the middle for the first down to the 42-yard line. John McKee makes the tackle, but not before Lowry had picked up the first down, the 2nd consecutive first down for the Panthers on this drive, which started at the Antioch 20-yard line.
The ball is at the Antioch 42.
1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Antioch huddling quickly as you employ a lot of running plays. That clock is going to run down on you. They give it to Logan straight up the middle. He gets nowhere. John Williams makes the stop for the Matadors. Logan got back to the line of scrimmage and not much more.
Gain of about a yard on the play.
We've got a fairly decent rainfall coming down on us right now.
Please report to the press box. Jerry DeRusha to the press box,
The
please.
field stays pretty dry. It drains very well. The AstroTurf here at DVC. 2nd down and 9.5 from the 43-yard line for Antioch. 2 wide receivers as Lowry goes back to pass. He is running out of his own backfield. He's brought down at the 40-yard line, a loss of 2.
He's dropped for a loss. There's a penalty flag on the play.
There is a question mark on this play as a flag was dropped.
Tackle was made by Rick DeRoe.
And I believe the penalty is going to be against, I was going to say Miramonte, and now I'm going to change that and say Antioch. It's holding against the Panthers. Lowry lost a couple of yards on the play trying to pass, but Miramonte, I believe, is going to accept the infraction, and this will put the Panthers back 15 yards. Rick DeRoe is discussing things over with the referees, and he wants that penalty. So 15 yards is marched off against Antioch, and the ball is taken to the Panther 25-yard line. So the down will be the same. That is, it will be 2nd down. But Antioch will have 27 yards to go. They're at their own 25. They have to get out to the Miramonte 48-yard line for a first down. Tominello split to the left side. Derek Helms is the slot back to the right side. Lowry gives the ball to Logan, crosses the 25, the 30, the 35-yard line, all the way to the 38-yard line. Kevin Dacus tackles Logan after he gained some 12 yards, all the way to the 37. And the refs are going to say that his knee first touched turf at the 36-yard line. 3rd down and still very long. 3rd and 16 for the Panthers. 2:40 to go in the first half. The clock is moving. A rather fast first 2 periods of play, not much passing, and very few penalties. Antioch comes up to the line, 3rd and 16. Rich Jones split to the right side. Lowry back to pass. He's looking for Jones or Comstock. Rolls to the right side. Gets rid of the ball. It is intercepted by Miramonte. At the 40-yard line, they are saying that Rob Glick went out of bounds. The ball was way underthrown by Lowry. He was just trying to get rid of that football so he would not be tackled in his own backfield. So the pass was underthrown. Glick intercepts the ball at about his own 40. Got back a couple of yards to the 42. And the Matadors will take over there 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. 2:13 to go in the first half. 7-6 Miramonte. Paul Lucius is split to the right side. Ted Johnson to the left. Grauman calls the signals. He is back to pass. A swing pass is no good. Intended for Kevin Dacus, but the ball was overthrown. A little swing pass, not exactly a screen play. Dacus was the intended receiver, but the ball was off his fingertips. Second down and 10 from the 42.
Well, actually now, Antioch finally coming up with a turnover, turning that ball over to the Matadors. The Matadors are guilty of 3 turnovers, which have hurt their offensive production. They may have more points than they only have 7 here in the first half. 1 interception on the very first pass. This is the second pass attempted by Grauman, and 2 fumbles in Antioch. Lowry has been intercepted once, just previously by Glick.
They give us to Lowry straight up the middle of the 45, the 50, the 46-yard line of Antioch. A first down for Miramonte. Lowry with another excellent game for the Matadors. And that pickup should keep the ball with the Matadors for the rest of this half. They want more points. They are quickly back to that line. Diebert and Lowry in the backfield, I formation. First down from the 46-yard line of the Panthers. Grauman calls the signals. Takes the snap. The pitch out is to Lowry. He is back to the line of scrimmage, and he's brought down about a yard in his own backfield by Tominello. Tominello and Carl Panel in on the stop for Miramonte. For Antioch before Miramonte's Bill Lowry could get back to the line of scrimmage, a loss of a yard. Second down and 11, and the Matadors have called a timeout.
Timeout has been called by Miramonte.
Back with more in just a moment.
This is a picture of Junior in his football uniform. He was captain last year.
Well, that's nice. This is my son.
Well, what's he doing?
He's sorting his precious gem collection. He's interested in designing jewelry.
Oh.
Down now. When we were away, no gain by Bill Lowry. 3rd and 11 from the 48. Back to pass is Gary Grauman. Throws to the far side. It is complete to Paul Lucius at the 38-yard line. A flag has been thrown.
Stepping out of bounds is a penalty.
Paul Lucius made the reception, but I believe that play is going to be rubbed out as we're going to have a penalty against Miramonte. And the fine looks like it'll be 15 yards. They're discussing things with the Panther captains. An illegal receiver down the field for Miramonte.
Receiver downfield penalty against Miramonte.
Lucius' reception is nullified, and a penalty will be marched off against the Matadors. Pat Zeck discussing things with the referee. Obviously, he'll accept the penalty, as Lucius nearly had a first down. It would have been questionable, but it's not now. It doesn't matter. Here we go with the assessment against Miramonte. It is 15 yards. The ball is taken back to the Matador 38-yard line,
15-yard penalty
where it will be third down.
to the 38-yard line.
Third down and a couple of miles to go. They're at their own 38. They've got to get to the 36 of Antioch. So that would be 26 yards. But before they do anything, now the Panthers want a timeout. Third down and some 26 yards for a first down for the Matadors. The Panthers are thinking if they can stop the clock enough, maybe they'll get the ball back in decent field position and an opportunity to get back on the scoreboard. Coach Marv Comstock is talking with the referees. He's upset about something. I don't know what. Comstock out on the field discussing things over with the referees. I believe Comstock would like that down to be lost also to Miramonte. He'd like it to be fourth down.
Well, actually, in the pros, illegal receiver downfield is a loss of down, and Marv has talked to the referee, now comes back and says, okay, you're right. I really thought you did all... Maybe a third down, a big passing situation, and Antioch in a prevent pass defense looking for an interception here.
Mike Bett, I'm not exactly sure that he said to the referees, you're right, but he didn't protest too much as he threw his hands up in mock horror and walked back to the bench. All right, third down from the 38, 26 to go for the Matadors. Lucius in motion to the right side. Grauman back to pass. Throws long, intended for Lucius. It is no good. At first, I thought it was intercepted, but it was dropped there by Tominello at about the 32-yard line of Antioch. And the Matadors' attempt for a bomb is no good, and they'll have to punt. 1 minute and 7 seconds to play in the first half. Antioch trails Miramonte 7-6.
Antioch wasn't the only defender, or Anello wasn't the only defender over there for Antioch, as actually Lucius was really the only receiver out on the play, and he had to get that ball in the midst of a lot of Panthers. Anello was there to break it up, though.
D. Comstock and Tom Anello are deep as Greg Cummins punts from his own 25-yard line. Another gorgeous boot. Comstock takes it at his 15, comes back to the 20, to the 22. He fumbles the ball. It is recovered there. We don't know. I'm talking too quickly. A flag was also thrown.
The flag is on the play also.
But let's see who recovered the football at the 25-yard line. It is Miramonte. They're the ones jumping up and down. The referees have not signaled a thing yet. There's a flag on the play. They've still really not told us who recovered the fumble, but we think Miramonte, since their offensive team is coming out onto the field. The refs want to talk things over with Ted Johnson of Miramonte. I believe a flag was thrown. Now, I'm going to have to say, Mike Petta, that if Miramonte recovered that football and that flag is against Antioch, I don't know why they're talking things over. Obviously, Miramonte wants the ball. They've got it. The clipping penalty is declined, obviously.
It's just a formality, Art, they have to go through.
Thank you very much, Mike. I'll accept that. At the 25-yard line of Antioch, Miramonte has the ball. 54 seconds to go in the first half. The Matadors lead 7-6.
Line of Antioch.
A power I for Miramonte. The deep back is Lowry. Now in motion is Lucius. Grauman, back to pass, throws it over the middle, no good. Ted Johnson was the intended receiver, but that ball was way over his head, and it's an incompleted forward pass. It'll be second down and 10 for the Matadors from the 25-yard line. Now the Matadors are lining up very quickly. I'm not exactly sure why. The clock stopped after the forward pass was no good. 45 seconds to go in the first half from the 25. Miramonte has the ball. They're threatening. Grauman, back to pass, throws to Lucius. He's got it at the 15. He's brought down at the 12-yard line. Anello makes the stop, but Lucius got the first down. That will temporarily stop the clock with 38 seconds to go in the second quarter.
That's Grauman's only his first completed pass to his own team in 5 attempts. He's had one interception by Anello, and Anello was just beaten there on a good play by Lucius, a good route. And Anello did all he could to get to Lucius to knock him out of bounds. And Miramonte, I believe, has called a timeout, and they want to talk this over. It's first and 10 at the 12, and they have a chance to go up by at least 7 points, possibly 8 if they can get a score. Or even 9 points, Art.
There's just all sorts of options open, Mike Petta, as the rain continues to pepper down on the Diablo Valley College AstroTurf. First down from the 13-yard line of Antioch for Miramonte. 38 seconds left in the second quarter. Grauman is the quarterback. 2 wide receivers to the left side. Grauman back to pass. Throws over to the left side. Intended for Johnson. He's got it. He's in for a score. Miramonte has scored again on a 13-yard touchdown pass from Gary Grauman to Ted Johnson, a boy who has caught most of the passes this year for the Matadors. So Miramonte has struck back, and they now lead 13-6. 32 seconds to go in the second quarter. Both teams taking advantage of fumbles by the other squads, and a big break there for the Matadors. They have a 7-point lead. Rick DeRoque will try to make it 8.
And kick formation.
DeRoque now attempting the extra point. The ball is spotted down. It is up. It is good.
The kick is good. So 30.
Miramonte goes ahead 14-6 after taking over that ball on the Antioch 25-yard line following a fumble of D. Comstock.
Well, Grauman went to the air all 3 times. There are 3 offensive plays when Miramonte picked up that ball on Antioch's 25. So another break, a fumble, gives Miramonte a score. That'll sort of even up the odds when they fumbled near their own goal line, and Antioch picked it up and ran it in for a touchdown. 3 passes. Grauman, first one incomplete. The last 2 were complete. The final one to Johnson for a touchdown. So they lead 14-6. And they'd like to keep Antioch off the board, certainly for the last 32 seconds, and keep some momentum going in. to the second half.
Tom Anello and Craig Logan are deep, but that ball kicked off, gets to Logan. I didn't think he'd get anywhere near him. Back to the 30, the 35, to the 40-yard line. And he's tripped up there by Rick DeRope, the boy who did the kicking. That was a high end-over-end kickoff, which I didn't think would get anywhere near the deep man, Craig Logan. It did. And he brought it back to the Panther 40-yard line. First down there for the black and gold. 26 seconds remaining in the first half. The clock is running. Interesting to see exactly what the Panthers do now. And Mickey Lowry says he'll call a timeout. He's not at all sure what to do. Back with more action in just a moment.
Well, okay, we'll hold it right here. Miramonte with a 14-6 lead. Only 17 seconds left. Lowry may have 2 plays left. He's probably getting a couple plays to call from Marv Comstock. If the first one works and they don't get out of bounds, they'll line up quickly without a huddle, or they still have another timeout to their discretion. But they'll probably be going to the sidelines. Miramonte in the prevent type of defense. Another defensive back in. Johnson has come into play in the defensive backfield. They'll only have 2 linebackers, and they'll probably be dropping off to protect passing lanes also. And the lineman can tee off and rush Lowry.
Lowry goes straight back to pass, and he's being pursued. He's being pressured. Now he breaks away from one tackle, but he can't break away from John McKee. McKee grabs Lowry at the 34-yard line, a loss of 6.
Lowry behind the line of scrimmage.
Lowry was back to pass, deep in his own backfield, could find no receivers open, and he was brought down by John McKee after he had avoided a couple of the other green-shirted tacklers from Miramonte. Second down and 16, and Antioch is called for another timeout. Mike Pettis, some of those statistics on Bill Lowry.
Quickly, Bill Lowry has 129 yards and 10 carries. That's 12.9 yards a clip. That was helped out by his very first carry in today's Turkey Bowl, 83 yards and a touchdown in the first quarter. Since then, his longest run has been 13 yards. He also has an 11 and a 10-yard effort. He's only been hit for a loss one time. That was for -1 yard. He has fumbled one time, which did lead to Antioch's touchdown. I'm sorry, Dawkins did, but Lowry has also fumbled.
Second down and 16. Mickey Lowry now gives the ball to Logan, straight up the middle, crosses the 40, the 45, the 50. He's in the Miramonte territory. He got a first down. And once again, Antioch wants to call a timeout.
1 second remaining in the first.
I would imagine that they thought they were just killing the clock on that play. But Craig Logan gained some 17 yards into MAC territory to the 49.5-yard line of Miramonte.
Made the stop for Miramonte.
And Antioch will call a timeout with 1 second to go in the first half.
First and 10 for Antioch. The ball just in.
So it will be interesting to see if Coach Marv Comstock wants Mickey Lowry to throw one more time and try to go the final 49.5 yards on the final play of the first half. He's in the lineup right now, but he's not really at full strength. Here we go, the last play of the first half. A triple reverse. The ball gets back to Lowry. He's now going to run with the ball. He's to the 45, the 40, the 35, the 32-yard line, and he's brought down at the 32. It was a dipsy-do play. First the handoff was to Logan, then the handoff to Derek Helm. Then he pitched it back to Mickey Lowry. Lowry gained some 18 yards. That ends the first half. The score, Miramonte 14, Antioch 6. Back with halftime activities after this message.
Concord Dotson is brand.
We'll return right after this.
There is no type of doctor in general practice today whose educational requirements provide more hours of instruction in anatomy, physiology, chemistry, and other basic sciences than the doctor of chiropractic. After a 4,480-hour course in 4 academic years, including diagnosis, pathology, dermatology, physiotherapy, x-ray, and special chiropractic techniques, the doctor of chiropractic must achieve a high grade in a rigorous California State Board examination before he is able to practice. For safe, conservative care of your family's health, consult your qualified doctor of chiropractic. More than 30 million of your neighbors do. Check the yellow pages under chiropractic doctors for members of the Contra Costa affiliate of the California Chiropractic Association. Simply phone 689-4122. For consultation day or night, phone 689-4122.
Mike Pettit and Art DeLucas and Tom Wilson back at DVC. Halftime, Miramonte leading 14-6. Let's look at those Antioch statistics in the very first half. 37 offensive plays were run by the Panthers for 103 yards rushing, 19 passing, 122 yards total offense. Lowry was 3 for 8 in the passing department. He had 1 interception. That was by Rob Glick. First downs, Antioch rolled up 10. A lot of first downs there, but only 6 points to show for it. And that coming off of a big break and a fumble down near Miramonte's goal line. 9 first downs rushing, 1 through the air for Antioch. They've lost 1 fumble. That led to the second Miramonte touchdown. They've been penalized once for 15 yards. Logan individually is leading the rushing attack, 55 yards in 11 carries, 5 yards a shot, and 14 yards for Marchetti in 6 attempts. 19 yards passing by Lowry. On receiving, let's see now, we have Logan, Jones, and Tresh each catching 1 pass for Antioch. Now they're going to, according to their stats, Logan has 2 catches, so unofficially Tresh has 1 catch, Logan with 2. Art DeLucas is standing by with those Miramonte Matador statistics, and we're going to get to those right after this word.
Treat yourself to gracious dining in an elegant atmosphere at the El Papagayo Mexican Restaurant and Lounge, 4620 Clayton Road in Concord. Your hosts, Eddie and Margie Saravia, delight in serving their customers the very best in Mexican-American dishes. And here's a treat. Children under 12 are served free on Wednesday nights. On weekends, you'll be entertained by El Papagayo's strolling guitarist. El Papagayo also features a complete takeout service, banquet facilities, and cocktails. El Papagayo is open for luncheons Tuesdays through Fridays and for dinner Tuesday through Sundays. Enjoy the finest in Mexican-American food and relaxing atmosphere at El Papagayo Restaurant and Lounge, 4620.
Back at halftime, Antioch behind 14-6. Art DeLucas, you have the Miramonte statistics, so why don't you run over a little bit of those?
And Mike Pettit, they are impressive statistics at the end of 2 quarters. 157 total yards for the Matadors on just 18 offensive plays. That comes out to 132 yards rushing, 25 yards passing. Gary Grauman is 2 for 6 in the air. He's had 1 pass intercepted. 6 first downs for Miramonte, 4 by rushing and 2 by passing. Miramonte has lost the ball twice by way of fumble, and as I mentioned, once by interception, so they've had 3 turnovers, but they still lead in the ball game 14-6. Individually, for Miramonte, of course, the big boy has been tailback Bill Lowry with 126 yards on just 10 carries for an average of 12.6, and of course his big play was an 83-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, the opening minutes of play, and that put Miramonte ahead, and they've led throughout the entire first 2 periods. As I said, Grauman was 2 for 6 in passing with 1 interception. He's not thrown real well. He's not had to throw very often, as the running game has worked quite well for Miramonte. Against Antioch, this team, the Matadors, has run the ball only half the time. Possession-wise, it had the ball only half the time in the first half, but they still lead in total offense by 35 yards.
Thank you, Art. We have Hart Fairclough, commissioner of the Diablo Valley Athletic League, former head coach of Mount Diablo, former Shrine football coach, Northern California Shrine team way back in the 60s, and he's now commissioner of the DVAL and a math teacher over at Ignatia Valley. Hart is the football coach that you were for many, many years. Let's have a few of your impressions on this first half.
Well, it's been a real fine ball game, and I'm sure everybody here, in spite of the weather, is sure getting their money's worth this Thanksgiving morning. Miramonte came out and showed right on the first play that they're out to do everything they can to turn this thing around for the FAL. And that opening play, when they threw that long pass right off the bat, showed that they've got a game plan to win.
Well, actually, as you recall, last year it was a case of in the second half where Miramonte was wore down a lot. They were a lot quicker team last year. Tom Strain says we're stronger this year, but he has a lot of kids going both ways. Do you think that'll probably be a factor in the second half?
Well, it certainly could be a factor, and we won't know, of course, till towards the fourth quarter. But I do think one thing, with this kind of a cool day we have here, I think it tends to keep players able to go all the way. If it were like some early September hot days, I think it'd be a bigger factor. But right now, with those points on the board, boy, it's Antioch's got their work cut out for them.
One final comment, looking at the crowd here at halftime, it looks to be a sellout. Both sides of the field are filled, and on a dreary day like this, I guess it's pretty heartening to see a big crowd like this.
Oh, yes, we're, from the management of the game's point of view, we're pleased because a lot of the money we make from this game has a lot to do with, in both leagues, for the athletic programs for the coming year, and we're glad to see that people brave the elements. We have the true fans here today, and I know many of them waited. You can see the group at the last minute coming in. They waited to watch that rain, and it held off, and so I think the last minute they said, oh, heck, let's go out the game, and here they are. We have a good crowd. I'd say we're definitely over 4,500. It's between there and 5,000. There's just a few spots in the corners on the far side that are open. By the way, it's been some punting by the Miramonte boy. What's his name? Cummings?
Yeah.
And that was an excellent run, too, by Lowry, that 83-yarder. That was beautiful.
Thanks a lot, Hart. We'll be back with further halftime activities right after this.
If you're in the market for radial tires that give you a smooth, quiet ride, remember...
Well, the Antioch Panthers are back on the field just prior to the start of the second half, and they've got their instructions from Marv Comstock, who's been known to give some pretty volatile oratory in his time, and his team is working out, just limbering up prior to the second half. They are on the near side. Actually, the Foothill League is the home team this year, but they moved Miramonte to the far side of the field, a little smaller student body. Antioch, with a great support all year, need a few more chairs to seat their people on their side of the field, so they moved the Antioch stands to the near side, the bigger stands here at DVC. That was a decision just probably made yesterday or the day before, but anyway, it's worked out. Both stands are filled to capacity, and we've got a great game. Art, any observations from yourself in the first half?
I was extremely impressed with the way Miramonte was rushing Mickey Lowry when he went back to pass, and we've seen Antioch play a couple of times. They have too much trouble with them, and Lowry was a very effective passer in the two games we saw. But this afternoon, Miramonte has rushed Lowry very well, and the pressure has really gotten to him. He's not been able to get off very good passes, and I think that's made a difference. The running game for Antioch has certainly been adequate. Craig Logan has moved the ball well. Steve Jones on his one carry went 10 yards for a touchdown, so you can't knock that. They've got plenty of backfield men, but I think Lowry's going to have to crank up, and is going to have to get something going through the air, and that means the offensive line is going to have to keep out those Miramonte rushers if Antioch is going to get anything on the boards.
You mentioned the defensive line for Antioch, or for Miramonte, I'm sorry. For kids going, a lot of them, 3 of the 4 going both ways, they've been able to put in a good rush. Lowry's been dropped from behind the line of scrimmage 3 times for over 20 yards, attempting to pass, and even the times when he's got the ball off, he's had problems, he's had pressure. And Antioch is having a little bit of problems keeping him off, and this gives a lot of time for the defensive secondary to cover their men. With that great rush, they can, really stay with their guys, and Lowry many times is putting that ball up in the air for grabs. He's been complete on 3 times, but he could have been intercepted a couple times, as I recall.
And we've seen a couple of times where Antioch has had boys open, like Rich Jones, who we're looking at right now, getting ready to go for the second half. He's been open in the end zone, but Lowry's been under such pressure that he's thrown the ball way over his head. He just sort of has gotten rid of the ball. And Craig Logan's been open a couple of times on swing passes, but to no avail, as Lowry has not been able to hit his receivers.
That's true, because he does have excellent receivers. Tom Anello hasn't been as big a factor thus far in the ball game that I thought he would be. And if Lowry hopes to click, he's going to have to start hitting Anello. Dan Tresh, another excellent receiver. But Miramonte, they have some good guns, too. That kid Johnson on that touchdown catch in the left corner of the end zone made a terrific catch, a great pass by Grauman. So Miramonte has shown some definite variety. They haven't gone to the air that much. Of course, when you have a guy like Bill Lowry, it's not really necessary to go to the air all that much, and he's 2 for 6 as Grauman. But he's been able to hit Johnson and also Luchas on big plays when they were driving for that touchdown when he needed it, and he was good with the pass inside the 20-25 yard line, which is if you can do that as a quarterback, you're going to be reasonably successful.
You would think that Antioch would be able to stop this running game of Miramonte, because actually all they've got, all they seem to want to show is Bill Lowry. He's carried the ball 10 times, but their other backfield men, DeRote, Diebert, and Dacus, have only carried the ball a couple of times among them. So it would seem that all the Panthers would have to do is key on Lowry. But their offense is what has got to get going, and they're 8 points behind, and that's what they've got to crank up in the second half. And obviously the defense has got to hold Miramonte down, but I want to see that Panther offense do a lot more than it did in the first 2 quarters.
Well, Miramonte has finally come out of the field, onto the field after their locker room halftime speech by Tom Strain. And the teams are just about ready for that second half kickoff, and we'll have that right after this.
As the umbrellas go up on both sides of the stands, so we'll see how that affects the ball players as they now switch ends. Have we played 1 quarter already, Mike Petta, and we missed it?
Gosh darn, I want to do a whole half of play-by-play. Rick DeRoke to do the kicking off, as they figured out that Miramonte will be defending the goal to our left, which is the north goal here at DVC. Antioch receiving from the south goal to our right. Once again, Anello and Logan walk to the other end of the field, and they'll set up shop to receive this kickoff at the 10 and 15-yard line. Logan at the 15, Anello at the 10. DeRoke waiting for the signal. We're just about ready for the second half, and DeRoke is ready to approach the ball. He does, and end-over-end kick will be taken by Logan at his own 15, straight up the middle, 20, 25, 30, missed by one man at the 35, 40, trying to break away, 45, 50, oh no, he's dropped just short of the 50-yard line by Tom Trinkwalder. It looked like Logan was ready to burst to the outside, but Trinkwalder caught him from behind to drag him down. They'll spot the ball at the 47, Antioch taking over 1st and 10. So a good run back of some 32 yards by Logan. Lowry, the quarterback, as Comstock comes up over center. One wide receiver to the left side is Comstock. Handoff straight ahead to Logan. The 50, 45, into Miramonte territory at the 43. Off left tackle, Craig Logan. A gain of some 10 yards for Logan. They'll call it 11 and a first down. He's tackled on the play by Greg Cummins for Miramonte. Antioch's first play is a first down by Logan. Rich Jones brings in the play, and he goes to the left side as a wide receiver. The tight end is Tresh on the right side. A wingback, Helms, on the right side. High formation back. The handoff, second man through. That's Logan. Gets one block off left tackle by Marchetti. Gets near the 40 where he's down. DeRoke is there to tackle him for Miramonte, along with Kevin Dacus from that safety position. A gain of 2 by Logan. It'll now go to 2nd and 8. Logan with 55 yards rushing in the first half in 11 carries. Has picked up with a little over 13 yards here in the second half. Anello, the wide receiver, this time on the left. Helms, the wingback. A quick pitch to Logan, and tripped in his own backfield and down. A great play by Rob Glick, who penetrated from that left linebacker and just got a hand on Logan's ankle and tripped him for a loss of a half a yard.
Make it the 42-yard line.
So it'll be now 3rd and 10, a long 10 at that for Antioch. A great play on that by Rob Glick, that left linebacker. The front four, William Sorensen, McKee, and Mamoni left to right. The linebackers, DeRoke in the middle, Glick on the left side, McDonald on the right. In the backfield, Kirk, Cummins, Dacus, and Lucius. As Lowry, play action, fakes to Logan, back to pass, throwing. He's got Rich Jones broken up at the last second. A great play by Lucius at the 20-yard line of Miramonte. That looked like it might be complete to Rich Jones, but Lucius was there to get a hand on it and knock it away. It'll be now 4th down and 9, and Antioch will be forced to punt. A great play by Lucius just to get that hand on that ball and knock it down. And Lowry will have to punt. He's standing at his own 45-yard line, awaiting the snap. Single safety deep is Lucius for Miramonte, and Lowry's punt. A good spiral, high one, a la Greg Cummins, and that will go into the end zone, where it'll be down for a touchback. Miramonte taking over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. We've seen some excellent punting with a wet football here today. Cummins had one 60-yarder, and that one will go by Lowry of some 45. About 40 yards, Mike Petta. I just would have to say that Cummins is about the best punter we've seen all year. Of course, we haven't seen any of the FAL teams, but he's better than most we saw in the DVAL. Miramonte coming to the line as Grauman is the quarterback. In the backfield, Diebert, number 60, will be the up man in the I formation, along with Lowry, as Lucha starts in motion to the right side. Handoff straight ahead to Lowry. He's hit by Kevin Rayleigh and Charles Del Monte, and down just about at the line of scrimmage. They'll give Lowry a very tough 1 yard forward progress. The ball spotted at the 21, second down and 9. Five-man front defensively for the Panthers. Del Monte is the middle guard in the middle. He's flanked at tackles by Dennis Cunningham and Pat Zeck. The ends, Kevin Rayleigh on the left side, Dan Trush on the right side. Carl Panel, middle linebacker. Doug Young on the, or Marchetti now on the left side. Doug Young on the right side. In the backfield, Jones, White, and Anello. I formation backs. Grauman takes a snap. Handoff to Lowry. He's hit once again by Del Monte at the 22, and back he will go. A flag down in the defensive backfield as we had a little altercation by Mamoni and Greg White of Antioch, and we're waiting to see what's going to be the call. It's a holding call against Mamoni and the Miramonte Matadors. The ball was spotted at the 22 after Lowry's run, but we're waiting to see what they're going to do about the penalty. So talking it over with Pat Zeck, defensive captain for Antioch. If he doesn't take it, it'll be about a third down and 8. If he does, the ball will be spotted half the distance to the goal at about the 11, where Miramonte will be faced with about a second down and 19. Zeck is trying to make the decision, and he elects to take the penalty as the official walks back to the 11, closer to the 10-yard line. No, they're going to mark it at the 11, where Miramonte will be having the ball at second down and some 19 yards to go. Half the distance to the goal was the penalty. It was holding. Checking out of the game is McDonald, or Boyle checked that on offense, and another wide receiver comes into the game. That will be Luchas. On the left side is Ted Johnson, Luchas on the right. Split T backs with Lowry and Dacus, who gets the call, and on a trap play, counter play, gets nothing off left tackle, and he was hit by Steve Jones. So they tried to cross up the Antioch defense, but they succeeded in not doing that at all. So it'll now go to a third down and 19 to go for Miramonte. They lead 14-6 with 8:48 remaining in the third quarter. Brought to you exclusively by Regito Motors in Antioch. Grauman gets the play as Dacus checks out. Johnson to the left, Luchas to the right, Diebert and Lowry. As Diebert gets the call off right tackle, they tried again to run on Antioch, and no way. He was stopped at the door by Mickey Marchetti. We'll call it maybe 1 yard gain, but anyway, it's going to be a fourth down and some 17, 18 yards to go for Miramonte, and that means a punt by Greg Cummins.
Ball is spotted at the 22-yard line.
He averaged nearly 50 yards a kick punting in that first half, and he's standing in his own end zone.
Greg Cummins is back in front.
2 men deep, and they're standing at their own 40-yard line respecting that leg of Cummins. That's Anello and it looks like Comstock. D. Comstock.
Anello and Comstock, D.
And Cummins gets the kick. This one will be a little bit shorter, end over end, hit at midfield, and picked up by Anello. He fumbles the ball, gets on it at his own 38. As he touched the ball at his own 44, it went off his hands and bounded back 6 yards, where Anello was able to pounce on it. Antioch taking over at 1st and 10 at their own 37.5. Lowry to quarterback. Anello checks out, so they're not going to use him as a wide receiver, at least on this play. D. Comstock will be the wide receiver. Tresh, the tight end on the right side. Another full house backfield, a power I formation. And the handoff will go to Logan. Tries the middle of the line, and he's hit there by McKee at the 42. Just about getting back to the line of scrimmage. McKee along with Sorensen and Williams there for Miramonte. Second down and 10. The ball spotted at the same place it was before, at the 37.
37-yard line of Antioch. Second down and 10.
Miramonte clinging to an 8-point lead as the offenses have sort of sputtered here in the second half. Lowry comes to the line. They'll have Helms as a wingback on the right side, double tight ends as Lowry drops straight back to pass, throwing for Anello at midfield. He has it, and tripped up there at midfield into Miramonte territory. Lucius got him, but Anello is out of bounds at the 47. That pass is complete for some 15 yards to Tom Anello, and a first down for Antioch. So they finally utilized Anello running him out on the left side, and he beat Lucius to the sideline for a first down. 6:46, he didn't get out of bounds. The clock is running. Left in the third quarter.
Anello's first reception of the day. He's the favorite receiver of Mickey Lowry with some 23 catches for the year.
Helms will be a wingback on the right side, a double tight end formation again with I formation back. Logan coming out in the backfield as Lowry's back to pass. He'll hang that one up for grabs. It's almost intercepted, incomplete at the 20. There to knock it down was Greg Cummins. It was intended for D. Comstock, who was running it out much in the same fashion as Tom Anello on the previous play, but that one was incomplete. Second down and 10. The ball spotted at Miramonte's 47. Antioch in Matador territory.
Again, the Matadors put on a great rush on Lowry, and he retreated about 10 yards and then just had to get rid of the ball. And Comstock was there, but Greg Cummins was there in front of him, and he batted the ball away. But a great rush by the Mats.
Rich Jones brings in the play, and he'll be a tight end on the left side. Tresh a tight end on the right side. Wingback is Helms. T formation back. The handoff to Logan. Missed by McKee in the backfield, and Logan spurts ahead to the 45. Only a gain of 2. McDonald is there to make the play defensively for Miramonte. And it will be a third down and 8 yards to go for Antioch. They tried the middle on a delay to Logan.
And Logan picking up 2 yards down, but I'm sure the Matadors would like to get 15 more yards against Antioch and get the Panthers further in their own territory, so they are going to accept the penalty.
On the far side of the field, Tom Strange says, let's mark that one back, and they will to the 40-yard line, a 15-yard penalty against Antioch. The down will go over. It will be third down, but it's going to be some
back to the Antioch 40-yard line.
24 yards for a first. Ball spotted at the 40. Lowry, the quarterback. He has Helms as a wingback on the right side, and Lowry on a drop play to Logan. Fumbles the ball. It's recovered by Miramonte. It looks like Miramonte's Louis Mamoni, and it is. Recovered at the 34 of Antioch. First and 10. Matadors pick up that loose ball. Logan really never had a grip on that pigskin, and no sooner than it hit his belly, it dropped down to the AstroTurf, and Miramonte's Louis Mamoni from that right defensive end was there to recover. They'll spot the ball at the 34. Another turnover, a big break for the Matadors, and they would like to score. They lead 14-6. 5.5 minutes the clock is running left in the third quarter. Diebert, the up man in the I formation. 2 wide receivers on the far side of the field. That's Johnson and Lucius. Lowry fakes into the line. Play action pass. Grauman throwing deep. The only man there is an Antioch Panther, and that is White, and he watches that ball go incomplete way into the end zone. Nobody had a real chance at that ball at all as Grauman was throwing that ball, dumping it out of bounds. So it's now second and 10. Miramonte going for broke on the very first play.
34-yard line.
Miramonte leads by 8. The rain has stopped, but it's still dark and dreary here at DVC. The far side of the field is a little bit brighter, though, with the Miramonte team located over there. Grauman, handoff on a drop play to Lowry at the 30. He's got room at the inside the 30 to the 25-yard line. And that looks like it might be close to the first down. Tackled by Antioch's Charles Del Monte on the play. And they're going to spot that. Oh, it's awful close to a first down. They're going to have to measure that one. Officials call for a timeout, and they'll bring in the chain. A good old draw play we don't see too often anymore, and Lowry was able to get close to that first down.
The play was not exactly diagnosed by Antioch nearly as well as I thought it would be, as it didn't seem to be that much of a surprise. He is short of the first down. It'll be third and inches. And then, once Lowry got a couple of steps, it looked as though he was stopped some 5 yards short of the 10-yard gain that he was able to make on the play. But he kept struggling, and he got 9.5 yards. Third down and short to go for Miramonte, and I would have to say, if they take this one in for a score, watch out.
Grauman comes up to the line. He's got a full house backfield. 1 wide receiver, that's Johnson on the left side. Lowry, the up man in the power I formation, with Diebert and Loches the down men. The handoff, Lowry's got the first down, the 20, inside that to the 15-yard line. First down off left tackle for Bill Lowry. That's a gain of 9, and big play for Miramonte, and they're still moving. You're listening to Turkey Bowl 73 over KWUN in Concord. Mike Petter, Art DeLugich, and the ever-present Tom Wilson in the back smiling away. Ball spotted. They're going to call it at the 16, but anyway, it's the first down for Miramonte. Clock ticking away in a fast-moving third quarter.
First and 10 Matadors.
Grauman hands off to Lowry. He'll try left tackle. Get across the 15 to the 14. That's all he'll get. Zeck is there with Tresh to make the tackles for Antioch.
The tackle was made by Pat Zeck.
So Lowry picks up 2 yards, 2nd and 8. Miramonte needs to get down to the 6 for a first down. They need to get into the end zone, of course, for a TD. They're 14 yards away from getting 6. They come to the line. Boyle will be the tight end on the right side. Wide receiver to the left goes Johnson. To the right comes Lucius. And Grauman rolls to his left. He's looking for Johnson. He's got him on an out. Complete inside the 5 to the 3. You could see that play developing, and it was a quick out, and Johnson had it in front of Greg White for a first down. That's spotted at the 2. First and 10, or first and goal for Miramonte. So Johnson, another clutch reception inside that 10-yard line. And Miramonte has a chance to up their lead. They're on the 2 with a first and goal. The FAL seeking their first Turkey Bowl win. This is their 3rd attempt at doing it. Ignacio Valley defeated San Ramon in 71. Antioch defeated this Miramonte club in 72. Grauman comes to the line. They'll have one wide receiver. That'll be Johnson on the right. It'll be handoff to Lowry. Tries the middle, and he's in. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Miramonte. Miramonte was signaling touchdown, but those men in the black stripes were not. They finally did, and Lowry has his score. His 2nd TD of the afternoon. Ups the Miramonte lead to 20-6, pending the extra point by Rick DeRope. So Bill Lowry, 2 yards and a score.
Mike Petta, that was a 6-play drive which started on the Antioch 34-yard line following the fumble by Craig Logan, recovered by John Mimani. 6 plays, 4 running plays by Lowry, and a 13-yard pass completion from Grauman to Ted Johnson, and Miramonte is way out in front now.
DeRope to try the extra point. Grauman will spot it at the 10. That is up, and that looks pretty good from here, and it is. So at 3:55 remaining third quarter, we'll return after this.
Our most valuable asset is a satisfied customer.
Moving outside, Lucius tries to get him, and he does, along with Greg Cummins to knock him down at the 34. They might give Helms progress to the 35. No, they're going to spot the ball at the 34. All that running only resulted in a gain of 3 yards by Derek Helms. That's only his third carry of the game. He has 13 yards unofficially. 2nd down and 7. A long 7, close to 8 for Antioch. Ball spotted at the 34. Lowry hands off to Steve Jones, crosses the 35, and then hit hard. Steve Jones rolling on the ground as he was hit with a tremendous shot by Miles Kirk, the left cornerback for Miramonte. A gain of a half a yard. It's 3rd and 7, 6.5 maybe. They'll spot that ball close to the 36, so we'll call it a gain of a yard and a half anyway. It's 3rd down. Antioch down by 15 points. They need a score desperately here. Power I formation as Helm starts in motion to the right side, and the flag goes down. He'll probably backfield in motion as Logan takes the handoff right tackle, and he loses about 2 yards. That's not exactly the best play Antioch's done all game. That'll be illegal procedure against Antioch. And Miramonte's going to take the penalty. That'll march the ball back to the 31. If they hadn't, it would have been...
No, I believe the whistle was blown before the play started, Mike.
That's evidently the case, because otherwise it would have been a 4th down, which I'm sure Miramonte would have liked to have. But the whistle was blown before the play got underway. So it's 3rd and 11 with Jones, wide receiver to the left side. Helms is a wingback Manello, a wingback on the right side, and he takes it on in and around, and he's hit in the backfield and dropped. That'll lose 3. Dave McDonald, a great play pursuing for Miramonte. They're doing everything right. Well, that's a loss of 3 yards on Anello's attempted end around as he came from the far side to the near side as a wingback, and he was dropped. That's a 4th down and some 15 yards to go for Antioch, and they'll have to punt Mickey Lowry. Lucius, the lone single safety deep for Miramonte at his own 38. Lowry gets the snap. He has time to put this one end over end. It hit at the 45 of Miramonte. Bounds, good Antioch roll inside the 30. And D. Comstock is waiting for that ball to eventually die, and it's keep rolling inside the 25. Finally at the 24, it's blown dead with 1:32 left in the third quarter. We'll return to action right after this.
If you're a resident of the...
Second down and about 8. Ball spotted at the 27 as Grauman pitches back to Lowry. He'll get across 25, 30, 32-yard line where he's down there. Down on the play by Mickey Marchetti for Antioch. They'll now go to a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll spot the ball at the 33, close to the 33-yard line of Miramonte. The Matadors lead 21-6 with 20 seconds left in the third quarter. A yard and a half, 2 yards to go as they're going to spot that ball. 3rd and 2. Miramonte long huddle. Grauman calling the plays. This team will come up to the line of scrimmage, and that'll just about be the end of the third quarter. It is. At the end of the third quarter, the score, Miramonte Matadors 21, Antioch Panthers 6, and we'll be right back.
In East Coast, they'd like to make a satisfied customer out of you.
Lowry takes the handoff from Grauman, crosses the 35. That's a first down as Lowry gains 3 yards for a first down for Miramonte. He's tackled by Zek and Tresh along with Marchetti for Antioch, but not before he gains a first down. Bill Lowry. Siebert checks in with the play as DeRoque leaves for Miramonte. I'd like to thank Regito Motors of Antioch, exclusive sponsors of this second half Turkey Bowl 73 action. And Grauman brings his team to the line. It's at the 36. A quick pitch to Lowry. He's going to run around right in at the 40. Crosses the 40 to the 43 where he's finally dropped. Another quick gain of about 7 yards and the flag is down. Grabbing the face mask is the indication, so you can tack on him another 5 yards. Del Monte was there to make the tackle along with Anello and Marchetti. We don't know who grabbed the face mask, but it's another penalty against Antioch. And that'll be a few more yards tacked off against them. And that will be after the play. It's tacked on with the initial yardage of 15-yard penalty. That'll bring the ball from the 43 of Miramonte down to the 42-yard line of Antioch. So Miramonte has a chance now to get this ball in. They're only 41 yards away.
Bill Lowry, 163 yards and 19 carries.
Grauman calling signals. Is the slot man on the right side. That is Lucius, and the handoff for a quick pitch to Lowry. That's across the 40, 35, 33. His helmet goes off, and he goes to the ground. His helmet just flew off. And Marchetti is there again to make a tackle, along with Del Monte once more for Antioch. But Lowry gained 7 yards. It'll be a 3rd and 3. Doc has checked in with the play for Miramonte. Checking out is Siebert.
Ball is at the 34.
So Miramonte, with their tremendous endurance by this line, a lot of them going both ways. John McKee, one of them. Also Sorensen, and they're just pushing Antioch back right now. 2nd and 7 at the 34. Grauman calling signals. I formation back. He'll hand off. Fake play action to Lowry. Rolling to his right as Grauman has room to run, but he'll throw incomplete. Intended for Lucius. Jones is there to defend. Grauman had a lot of running room on that right side, Art, but he elected to pass. That one went incomplete.
Most of the press boxers seemed to want him to run the ball, but he threw it. He had his man fairly well open, Lucius, but the pass was way overthrown. He could have run it for probably 5 or 10 yards.
3rd and 4, 10:26 left in the ball game. Turkey Bowl 73 finds Miramonte up 21-6 over Antioch. Miramonte comes to the line, a big 3rd down. 3 yards to go, we'll call it. Doctus and Lowry, the running backs. Lucius, the wide receiver on the right side. Johnson split a little bit from the left on the from the line on the left side. As Grauman Gets pressure from Delmonte, rolling to his right side. He dumps that ball way out of bounds. Lucius doesn't have a chance. He couldn't even get to the ball, and if he did, there was 3 Antioch defenders right there, and that ball was way out of bounds. It'll go to 4th down now, and Miramonte will go for it. I don't think DeRoche could kick a 50-yard field goal, or a 51-yard one, where it would have to be spotted at the 41 and 10 yards to the end zone. So Miramonte will be going for it. Grauman was over to get a quick word from Tom Strain. He has the play. And he comes into the huddle. Johnson splits to the near side. That's the left side of DVC. Boyle, the tight end, on the right side with Lucius wide to the right. Dacus on the up man on the I formation with Lowry behind him. A pitch to Lowry. He's going to run. No pass. Crosses near the 30-yard line. Crosses at 35. He'll be dropped close to the first down. And he does have it. First down, Miramonte. Zek was there to make the tackle, but Lowry picked up another big first down rushing, as he's been doing that all throughout the ball game.
First and 10, Miramonte.
10 minutes and 6 seconds left in the ball game. Miramonte with added life with that first down. Capacity crowd here at DVC on the near side. It's not too happy right now, as Antioch has to force a turnover. Johnson comes to the left, a full house backfield with Lucius in the backfield. And a handoff on the end around to Lucius across the right side over the 30 to 28. He goes flying after being hit by Anello. He's inbounds is Lucius after a gain of close to 3 yards. Ball spotted at the 28.
Ball spotted at the 27-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play.
So it's a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 as Lucius gets a carry. That's his first in the ball game. Coming to the left again is Johnson. A quick snap as Grauman pitches out to Lowry. He's missed in the backfield. Crosses the 25 and wrapped up there by Rich Jones. He stopped at the 25-yard line. Kevin Rayleigh missed a shot at him in the backfield. That's a gain of 2 yards, and that's third down, and 4 yards to go. 8:55 remaining, Art.
Mike, this drive is just killing the clock for Antioch. It began about 1 minute to go in the third quarter, and Miramonte has controlled the ball the entire fourth quarter with less than 9 to play. So that's what's eating away at the Antioch team right now.
Johnson comes to the left again with slotted inside him is Lucius. Fake play action to Lowry, and Grauman's going to have to pass in a hurry. He does. Is it complete? No, it's intercepted by Charles Delmonte at the 20, 25, 30. And he's dropped just short of the 30 at the 29. So there's the turnover Antioch was waiting for, and they got it. Delmonte intercepted. Delmonte, the middle guard, and he's tackled on the play by Mike Kelly for Miramonte. But a big turnover, and they're going to spot the ball at the 28 where Delmonte's knee hit first. Second interception recorded by the Antioch defense. 8:20, and they have to get down that field in a hurry. It's at the 28-yard line. Lowry back to pass. He's looking for Anello on the right side. He'll throw short of Anello to Trush, and it's incomplete. Second down and 10. Antioch needs to get down that field in a hurry. 8:11 left in the ball game. The clock is stopped for the time being. That was a big, big turnover. Antioch needed that one, but they need a score too. Jones goes wide to the left. Helms a wingback on the right side. Split T formation with Logan and Marchetti in the backfield as Lowry drops straight back to pass. Looking, throws to Tresh, incomplete. It looked like he had it in the zone at the 40, but he dropped it. Cummins hit him real hard to knock that ball loose, and it's third down as Lowry misses on another pass. Unofficially 5 for 13, and he's had one interception. His yardage total of 35. Quick addition. 8:07 left. The near side here at Antioch is very intense as the Seagulls are invading DVC. We're not a Candlestick by any chance, are we? Lowry drops straight back to pass. He's looking. He has time, and he'll throw. That'll be way short. Intended for Helms at the 45. That hit at the 40 and incomplete. Lowry's arm might have been hit just as they threw, or that ball could have been wet. Anyway, it was not exactly a picture-perfect pass, Art. Just after you said he had good protection, and he did up to that point, the front line broke down, and it was all green shirts in the backfield of Antioch, and Lowry had to get rid of the ball, and it was way underthrown. He has just been rushed very well by the Miramonte line all afternoon. So the turnover goes for naught, but Antioch has no choice but to go. 4th and 10 at their own 28. If they don't get it, it's another big play for Miramonte. They could have that ball deep in Antioch territory. Lowry drops back to pass. He's going to hit, and it is knocked down, incomplete, intended for Tresh. He threw that ball, and it went up in the air like a balloon, and Cummins was there along with Glick to knock that ball away from Miramonte, so they'll take over. 1st and 10 at their own 28, so that turnover turns out not to hurt their team. First and 10, 8 minutes left in the ball game. Would you believe that pass play only took 1 second? It was 8:01 at the start. Somebody's not doing their job down there. Grauman calling signals. He has Johnson to the left side as the only wide receiver, and Lowry will take the handoff, crosses the 28 to the 27, close to the 26, but only a gain of 1 or 2. Hall was there to make the tackle for Antioch. As Comstock starting to get new substitutions into the ball game in that defensive line, Steve Kane checks in.
Gain of about 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. The ball at the
2nd and 8 at the ball is at the 26. Grauman to the line again. He has Johnson on the left side. Power I formation. Lowry, the only man up in the backfield, and he'll take the pitch out. And he's hit and dropped. A great play by Rayleigh as he tried to go left side. Kids ahead to the 27. That's just about the line of scrimmage, or a little bit behind it. A great play by Rayleigh to trip him up, and Doug White was there to put the final kudos on Bill Lowry. Deaver checking in with the play for Miramonte. 178 yards and 24 attempts. And he's been stopped a little bit as of late. In about the last 4 carries, his longest gain has been 4 yards. 3rd and 10, the ball spotted at the 28-yard line. I formation backs as Lowry's not in, and Dawkins will take the pitch, and he's going to throw. Halfback option, and it's incomplete, intended for Lucic. I saw Lowry check out of the game, and when I saw Dawkins as the I-man, I had in the back of my mind that he might attempt a play-action halfback pass. He did, and it went incomplete, and it's 4th down. As the offenses are now content to throw the ball, and it's not taking up much time. Miramonte was eating away that clock on the ground, but they've elected to go to the air when they've been inside the 30, particularly in the Antioch end of the field. That was a pretty good call, but it certainly didn't fool anybody in the Panther secondary. So it's 4th down and 10 now for Miramonte. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to get this first down. Dawkins is still in there with Diebert as the I formation back. 2 wide receivers on the play. Lucic to the right, Johnson to the left. Grauman's going to throw, intended for Lucic on an out pattern on the right side, and that's incomplete. Led Lucic a little too far. So they don't get the first down to Miramonte, and Antioch will take over again, just about at the place where they gave up the ball 4 downs previous. But more important, 1 minute and 26 seconds ticked away on the clock. 6:34 left in the ball game. Lowry has his instructions from Marv Comstock. Rich Jones will be 1 wide receiver, and D. Comstock will be the other one on the left side, far to the left. Jones on the right. T formation backs Logan and Marchetti. As Lowry drops back to pass, he has time. He throws. Oh, almost intercepted by Bill Boyle. Dropping back in the zone as a linebacker, and that was intended for Tresh, but Boyle had a better shot at it. It hit his hands and fell incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 28. Miramonte in command of their head, 21-6. Trying to get revenge off of last year's defeat. 5 for 16 for Lowry, 35 yards and 1 interception.
2nd down and 10 for Antioch.
2nd and 10 for Antioch. Logan and Marchetti in the backfield. Split T as Lowry drops straight back to pass. He's going to pitch it to Anello. and he's tackled at the 21. Anello looked like he wanted to pass, but he couldn't, and Dawkins was there to wrap him up. So a loss of 7. Miramonte, great defensive play by that backfield as they saw Anello drop back from the line of scrimmage, taking that pass, which actually was a lateral. And when he stepped up attempting the pass, he was decked right there. Anello miraculous somehow held on to the ball.
16 yards to go. The ball is at the 22.
Boy, I need some turkey or something, huh? 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16 more like it, as Lowry drops back to pass, and he has no time and throws incomplete. That was intended for a seagull standing on the 5-yard line. He was hit as soon as he threw that ball. And it's incomplete, and it'll go to 4th down. And 16 yards to go, the ball spotted at the 22. Miramonte turning in great defensive plays as McKee was in there along with Williams. And along with Louis Mamoni for Miramonte. Defensive pressure, and these kids have not been worn down at all. Tom Strain feared that before the ball game, but it certainly hasn't happened, as the entire lineman squad of Miramonte deserves a lot of recognition. Miramonte won't go for a 1st down on a 4th and 15. They're going to punt, or at least fake it, and Lowry is faking it. He's to pass, and he throws, and it'll be pass interference. As Logan was attempting to catch the ball, the official reaching for his flag finally finds it and throws it down. So Miramonte defeated their purpose as Lowry was going to throw. They're going to walk off the yardage, 15 yards. Defensive holding has always been 5. Well, it's 15 yards. New rules popping up everywhere, but it's going to be short. It is not an automatic 1st down. That changes the complexion of it a little bit. Now Antioch will for sure be in the conventional setup going for a 1st.
Most everyone thought it was pass interference, but somehow they got defensive holding out of it. I'm not sure I'm going to get my voice out of this.
Straight ahead goes Marchetti, and he has a 1st down near the 40-yard line. 1st down, Antioch, so a break. 5:39 left in the ball game. This second half brought to you exclusively by Regito Motors. We'll be breaking away for a commercial message as soon as we can. Art DeLucas' second half brought to him exclusively by Cough Drop. Oh, there's a balloon. Attempted pass by Lowry. It's up for grabs. It's incomplete. Anello had his hands on it. That's all he did is come and hit him there at the 40-yard line of Miramonte. Lowry put that ball up for collective grab. That's 2nd and 10. If Miramonte doesn't get a concerted drive out of this, that just might be all she wrote for the Paper City squad today. The clock stopped at 5:29 left. Antioch on the low end of a totem pole at 21-16, and Lowry drops back to pass again, and he'll throw, and he'll complete it to Anello at the 45-yard line of Miramonte and a 1st down. Anello running a little curl-in pattern, way short of the deep zone employed by Miramonte, and that's good for a 1st down. 14-yard gain. There to make the defensive play was Miles Kirk, as he was giving Anello all sorts of room. He gave him a little bit too much room as Anello made the reception. 1st and 10 at the 45. And the Antioch is on the drive. Anello is a wingback on the right side. The wide to the right goes D. Comstock, and that pass is intended on the near side here to Anello, way over his head and incomplete. So Lowry getting as most plays he can out of a little bit of time left in the ball game as he's going to the air.
Makes it 2nd down, 10 yards to go. The ball is 45 of Miramonte.
That defensive line still remaining for Miramonte. Williams at the left end, Sorensen left tackle, McKee right tackle, Mamoni right end. McDonald linebacker on the right side, DeRoke in the middle, Rob Glick on the left side. The cornerbacks, Miles Kirk here on the left side. Far side of the field, right cornerback is Luchas, Dacus, and Cummins, the free safeties. Dacus will pick up the tight end as he's shuttled near the line. Lowry drops straight back to pass. Still intended for Rich Jones. Hits him and drops incomplete.
They get all these passes.
That ball was intended for the Antioch receiver. Actually on the play was Jim Burke. It looked like Rich Jones. They're both well over 6'6".
Make this third down, 10 yards to go.
But it went incomplete.
Ball remains at the 45 of Miramonte.
45-yard line is where the ball is spotted, and it's third down. 49 yards through the air for Lowry, 6 out of 21. Not exactly a winning percentage. Lowry drops back to pass. He'll throw. He's going to intend it for Anello, who's got it in the 30, inside the 30, 25, pushed out of bounds at the 24. Lucic picked him up as Lowry had to throw that ball some 50 yards in the air as he threw from the near side way to the far side. That was up for grabs, but Anello was able to catch it. First and down at the 20, first and 10 at the 24. And the clock had stopped with 4:53. D. Comstock into the game with the play as Jones checks out. Antioch on the move. It's Anello, the man they have to get for those receptions, has caught a lot of them here, and he flanks to the right side. A handoff on a running play this time. It looked like to Logan straight ahead. Sort of a slow developing draw play, 2 yards gain maybe by Logan, and there might be a flag down. I see a pink, no, that's the towel they rest the ball on. Wish they'd get a white one.
Gain of 2 on the play. Second down and 8.
A gain of 2 by Logan. Second and 8. Ball spotted at the 22. Lowry to the line. Jones to the left, slotted in, or to the right, slotted inside him is Anello. As Lowry rolls to the right, he's looking for Anello. Now he's going to straighten up and throw. It's intercepted. It's intercepted by Miramonte. Greg Cummins at the 15 to 20, 25 to 31, where he's pushed out of bounds. A defensive turnover, and Miramonte has the ball. We'll return to action right after this word.
14-8 Community Contact Radio for Contra Costa, KWUN, Concord. Our most valuable asset is a satisfied...
Ball was spotted at the 47 as they tacked off 15 more yards after that tackle. Cummins was down at the 32, but they put it at the 47. A personal foul called against Antioch. And Lowry has since, on the first play, went up the middle for 6 yards, so he's in Antioch territory at the 47. Second and 4, Miramonte on the move. 3:45 left in the ball game, and they're in command, and they look like they're just about ready to wrap it up. Grauman, the quarterback, he'll hand off again to Lowry to the 45-yard line is all he gets, short of the first down. Gain of only 2, third and 2. Clock is moving with 3.5 left to go.
Third down and 2.
As it looks like the stymie of the DVAL over the FAL is finally ending today on a wet turf at DVC. Miramonte will be the first team from the Foothill League to be champions of the Turkey Bowl, as San Ramon and Miramonte last year have fell on the short end to DVAL teams. Third and 2, Grauman calling signals. He'll hand off to Diebert, or to Lowry, following a block by Diebert. He may get near that first down. The ball will be near the 33.
Jim Burke made the tackle for the
And it's actually a shade inside the 43, so that's a first down. Another first down gain rushing by Bill Lowry. 2:49 and left to go. It's first and 10. And Hart Fairclough and George DeClotz, the commissioners of the DVAL and FAL respectively, pick up the trophies, and they'll take them down to the field where they're going to present them to Tom Strain. 189 yards on 27 carries for Bill Lowry. Johnson comes to the left. To the right goes Lucius. I formation back. Diebert, and it looks like Dacus. Dacus gets the call straight up the middle, crosses the 40 to the 40, inside the 40 to the 37. Jim Burke was there to make the tackle. 2:20 left. A good gain of 7 yards by Dacus. As Antioch has all their substitutions in the ball game now. Miramonte would put theirs in if they had any. As they suited up 23 men, and those 23 men and a lot of fans will go home happy. Feast on that turkey. Grauman hands off to Dacus. He has a first down, and he fumbles the ball. Antioch looks like they have it. They do at the 31-yard line. Dacus' second fumble of the game, and that's recovered by Antioch. We're not sure who recovered it. Nevertheless, it's Antioch's ball, first and 10, minute 50 left. Ball is on the 32.
For the third annual Turkey Bowl will be presented at the 50-yard line.
Antioch has the first team offense in there now. They're down 21-6, and the clock is moving. Lowry to the line. He has Comstock and Anello on the right side. And they run a crossing pattern. It'll be attempted to Logan out of the backfield and incomplete. Anello and Comstock ran crossing patterns to clear the zone, and Logan went in the short area of that zone on the right side, and that was incomplete. 1:31 left, 2nd and 10. The second half brought to you exclusively by Regito Motors of Antioch, and I don't think they're a little bit too happy with the proceedings by their ball club in the second half. They were down 14-6 at halftime. They're down 21-6 now. Lowry drops back to pass. He'll attempt it over the middle and incomplete. Way over the head of Mickey Marchetti. It's now 3rd and 10. As Antioch's playing, throw the ball up in the air and let's try to catch it. At the 32, the ball is spotted still. Jones checks out. D. Comstock checks in with the play from his not-too-happy uncle. Hope you enjoyed the ball game. Stay tuned throughout the hoop ball season as that bouncing ball goes through the DVAL as we're ready for another season of that. Lowry back to pass. He's in trouble. He's hit by 14. Miramonte man and breaks away at the 32. Mickey Lowry was dancing and spinning, weaved his way through about 6 Miramonte rushers, and finally got to the 32 where he was down. Rob Glick finally got to him. Just about to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a half yard short. It'll be 4th down and about 10.5 to go. Lowry did all sorts of jitterbugging in that backfield just to keep alive.
Are they going to bring the coaches up again?
4th down. Comstock checks out. Jones checks in with the play. The clock is running, so Antioch making no attempt to stop it. Now they do. 40 seconds left in the ball game. We'll be back after this.
If you're a resident of the Antioch area, I'm sure you're familiar with Regito Motors.
4th down, Lowry attempting a pass. It's complete to Tresh at the 46, and it's a 1st down. So Lowry pulls a play out of his hat and gets the 1st down, but with only 32 seconds left, he's going to have to pull a lot more out of the ocean. Far side of the field, the Miramonte fans whooping it up. They're seeing their team being the first Turkey Bowl champion from the FAL. Getting sweet revenge over last year's defeat to these same Antioch High School Panthers. Mike Petter and Art DeLugich and good old Tom. Hi, Tom. Hope you enjoyed the ball game as much as we did bringing it to you. Tom enjoyed it. He didn't have to do any work. 1st and 10 at the 47, their own 47 of Antioch, as Lowry drops back to pass. He'll throw. Intended for Logan, turned him around and threw it in back of him, incomplete. Logan was running an up and in. The pass was running an up and out. You now go to 2nd and 10.
Make it 2nd down and 10. The ball still at the 47.
27 seconds to go. As usual, the last 2 minutes take up about as much time as the first 10 of the 4th quarter. Jones wide to the right, slotted inside him as Anello, as Lowry rolls in that direction, and he'll throw incomplete. Attempted to Trash, and that was not to him by any means. Cummins was there on defense. And that play consumed all of 4 seconds, but it consumed another down. It's 3rd and 10. The Never Say Die Antioch cheerleaders trying to whoop up any remaining cheers from an emotionally sapped Antioch bunch of fans here on the near side. As they see Lowry come to the line, he'll hand off on a draw play to Marchetti. Big hole, crosses midfield. Inside Miramonte territory, spurts down to the 43. He's hit there by double O. It's not Oninger and it's not Otto. It's Don Minetti. 16 seconds and the fans are filing out. It's short of the 1st down. The ball spotted at the 44. Antioch needs to get to the 43 for a 1st. But they're in Miramonte territory with 16 seconds left in the ball game. Miramonte at the start of the fourth quarter held on to that ball for some 4.5 minutes. They didn't get a score, but a lot of time was chewed up that Antioch desperately needed. And they find themselves short of time here, short of points. Could be the last play. It most undoubtedly will be for Antioch. 16 seconds left. 4th and 1. Lowry to the line. Split back. Logan and Marchetti as Lowry takes it on a delay straight up the middle. Crosses the 40, 35, 30 where he's tackled. First down. Anello is there to call a timeout. Lowry is hurt as he's laying down at the 30-yard line. DeRoque was there to give him a good hit. Lowry slow to get up with 9 seconds left. He's doubled over in some pain. Marv Comstock there to check on him. He's talking to Mickey Lowry. Mickey playing his last football game for the Antioch team. Along with stars all year like Carl Panel, Tom Anello,
Diablo Valley Athletic League would like to express their thanks and appreciation.
Pat Zach,
All of you are attending the game today.
Charles Del Monte, Mickey Marchetti, Rich Jones. Check that, Rich Jones only a junior. He'll be back next year. For Miramonte, Bill Lowry capping off a season that he thought would not be all too productive, seemingly because he was behind John Bannister, an all-state running back for Miramonte. Well, Lowry's been the key, a very successful year. Maybe even a few college scholarships coming his way. He caps it off with a great effort in the Turkey Bowl. Bill Grauman, the quarterback. Great line play. John McKee showing why he was all FAL on offense and defense. Louis Mamoni, Rick DeRoque, Rob Glick, Greg Cummins. 9 seconds left. Lowry drops back to pass. He's getting pursued and he throws intercepted. Intercepted by Miramonte's Johan Fadavi. Comes up with the interception at the 28, so that's a big thrill for him as he steps into the Turkey Bowl and picks off a pass. 2 seconds left. I'd have to say Miramonte's won the ball game. 21-6, and the offense comes on for the last 2 seconds as the fans on the far side are there, and the clock runs out. The final score, the Miramonte Matadors 21, the Antioch Panthers 6. We'll be back with post-game ceremonies and activities right after this.